Motion of thanks is a motion which is brought. Anything is motion in the house. Okay, no, except loose motions, all motions are passed in the parliament, guys. Motion is like a formal proposal which is introduced in the house so that formally a decision is taken. So here when we say motion of thanks, it is because the president or the governor came and addressed the house. We would like to thank him for that. So what happens in this case? Both the houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, will have to pass the motion of thanks. What happens here is the opposition have the option to debate on the motion of thanks, and they will raise a lot of questions in the address given by the president or the governor. Both the houses have the option to amend the motion of thanks. So because Lok Sabhalo ruling party ki majority ledu kabatti, ruling party ki majority untundi kabatti, opposition is usually not able to move or amend the motion of thanks. In Rajya Sabha several times the opposition has managed to amend the motion of thanks because some of the parts, like let's say Manipur include చేయలే speech లో ఎలా మిస్ చేస్తారు అని చెప్పేసి కొన్ని పార్ట్స్ని అడ్రస్లో వాళ్ళు యాడ్ చేయించవచ్చు. దే హ్యావ్ ఆల్రెడీ డన్ ఇన్ ద పాస్ట్. Now both houses, the prime minister or any person appointed by him can reply to the questions asked by the members of the house. Last time Modi had addressed both Lok Sabha, as this time in the recent session of budget, okay, Modi addressed both Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha in the reply to the motion of thanks debate. Both houses have to pass the motion of thanks. If it is not passed in the Lok Sabha, then it is considered as what? Defeat of the government. The government is expected to seek a vote of confidence. That is what happens. So far, no government has lost its power because of motion of thanks. In Lok Sabha, People's House, if it is not passed, then it is considered defeat of the government. Okay, in India, guys, no confidence also is in news. Okay, almost 28 no confidence motions were introduced in the house, but not a single of them also has been passed in India till now, guys. Now a question can be asked like, no confidence is mentioned in the constitution ante assal ledu. Extremely rare in the exam that something is defined in the constitution. Don't go by default assumption that if I say the word is defined, I will immediately tick wrong. Ala kuda vellakandi, mari blind ga undakandi. 90% chances are there if something is defined. Contempt of court not defined in the constitution. No confidence, not defined in the constitution. They all emanate from either rules of the house or acts or conventions. ఇవన్నీ ఫాలో చేస్తాం మనం ఇండియాలో, కేవలం కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ మాత్రమే కాదు. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు వై మోదీ హ్యాస్ asked to lift the president's rule without asking in Maharashtra, without asking the cabinet ministers, means we have in India an Article 77 which gives powers of what? Conduct of business of the government of India. President can make rules. So that means, guys, everything is not coming from the constitution. Constitution told in the article, "Arey Babu, President, you make your rules." So in 77 clause 3. So what happens then? Okay, fine, and cheppesi, in the name of president, we have brought something called as transaction of business rules 1961 or allocation of business rules. ఇందులో ఇండియాలో ఉన్న అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ రూల్స్ అన్నీ రాసేసారు. సో ప్రతిదీ కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్లో ఉండాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. దట్ ఈస్ మై పాయింట్ హియర్, గైస్. నో కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ మోషన్స్, దే ఆర్ నాట్ మెన్షన్డ్ ఇన్ ద కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్, బట్ దే ఆర్ దేర్ ఇన్ ద రూల్స్ ఆఫ్ ది హౌస్. Rule number 198 of Lok Sabha mentions about the no confidence motion. Okay, so understand this point, guys. Usually 90% chances are there for a option to go wrong. 90% I'm not saying 100%, guys. Don't blame me later. Fine. So here is a person who has lost one attempt because of one question in the past. Okay, so please make sure I don't want to give any single wrong advice from my side when it comes to prelims, guys. Fine. You may say, sir, we have one article, no sir, 366, it talks about definitions అని చెప్పేసి మీరు చెప్తారు. ఇందులో కూడా డెఫినేషన్స్ క్లియర్ కట్గా చెప్పలేదు వాళ్ళు. ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఇఫ్ సంబడి ఆస్క్ మీ వాట్ ఈజ్ ఎస్సీ సార్, వాట్ ఈజ్ ఎస్టీ అంటే, 366 ఆర్టికల్ అనేది స్పెషల్ ఆర్టికల్ ఇన్ ద కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ విచ్ టాక్స్ అబౌట్ డెఫినేషన్స్. Because we have to define many things in the constitution, then only we can understand what is the meaning of this word scheduled caste, scheduled tribe అని చెప్పేసి. Scheduled caste is 366 clause 24, clause 25 ST. ఓకే, అలా అని చెప్పేసి ఏమైనా డిఫైన్ చేశారంటే అస్సలు లేదండి. వాట్ దే హ్యావ్ టోల్డ్ దేర్, ఎనీబడి నోస్? This article talks about definitions. Who is ST in India? SC in India. The clause 24 of this will tell whatever the president notifies, okay, in article 341. అంటే ముక్కు ఎక్కడ ఉందంటే ఇలా చూపించవచ్చు, ఇలా అని చెప్పేసి ఇలా చూపించవచ్చు అనమాట. అలా ఉందన్నమాట. డెఫినేషన్ ఏముందని చెప్పేసి ఇక్కడ వస్తే అక్కడ వెళ్ళండి అని చెప్పేసి దే ఆర్ సేయింగ్. 341లో ఉంటుంది ప్రెసిడెంట్ విల్ నోటిఫై ఎస్టీ లిస్ట్. 342 ప్రెసిడెంట్ విల్ నోటిఫై ద what? ST list. 342 capital A, president notifies the BC list. Okay, anni rasthanu. Okay, I'll just write everything on the on the screen, guys. Just hold on. When the topic comes, I will write. Okay, Ostundi, we'll discuss Manipur ka aspect. I will write on the board. Okay, fine. Any more doubts? Yeah. Okay. That is a constitutional requirement. No, it is not defeat of the government, but see, it does not show. ఇప్పుడు 93 క్వశ్చన్ చేశారు కోర్టులో, అక్కడ కూడా ఏముంది? యాజ్ సూన్ యాజ్ మేబీ the house shall elect the speaker and deputy speaker. Now it is up to the courts to interpret what is the meaning of the word as soon as maybe. అలా అని చెప్తే 93 ఆర్టికల్ వైలేట్ అయింది. డిప్యూటీ స్పీకర్ని అపాయింట్ చేయలే. 5 years అంటే యాజ్ సూన్ యాజ్ కాదా? టర్మే అయిపోయింది లోక్సభ టర్మ్ 5 yearsలో. సో it's up to the courts to intervene in that aspect. Generally, it is not defeat of the government if president does not address. See, one example I'll tell you. KCR and our Tabilisai had a very good relationship. Okay, not good relationship. It was animosity, full of animosity, guys. So much that while leaving, he did not follow the protocol, did not give the resignation to governor, but sent by secretary. So what happened in this case? Last 1 year, before 1 year, what happened is first session of the house was not addressed by Tamilisai, the budget session. You know what reason TRS government has given that? How can you not? I told in the class. What is it? First session, Tamilisai has not addressed that year. Everybody told it's violation of constitution. What is the TRS response? Last session was not prorogued, so it is considered as extension of the previous session. Anta ila untayamata rules man daggara. Okay, so they will hide behind such kind of rules. See, inko one simple point, guys. What you read and what happens in real life is very different. We all will tell faculty members, yes, guys, article this one says that every question of public importance, substantial public importance, which involves interpretation of constitution, shall be heard by not less than 5 judge bench. And JPSC, we will tell you. This is of course in the constitution. It's a requirement that substantial question of law which requires interpretation of constitution shall be heard by a bench of not less than 5 judges. But if I see the case of 2018 our time law, Suresh Kumar Kaushal versus Nas Foundation case, section 377 homosexuality. Okay, Delhi High Court has told it is not illegal. 2-judge bench of Supreme Court overturned Delhi High Court judgment in Nas Foundation case and told no, it is valid. 377, which criminalizes, okay, consensual sex between, okay, people of same homosexuals, okay, which is against the order of nature. Victoria Queen unnappudu, they have brought all these moralities which we are following till today in our country. Queen Victoria, when she was the empress, okay, of UK, and she had brought all these kind of Puritan, okay, rules which we are following in our IPC till now also. That is what is the court has told. Delhi High Court has annulled it. That means one more learning point here. In India, Supreme Court, High Court are constitutional courts. They can strike off not only the laws made by the union but also by the states. In case of conflicting judgments given by 2 high courts on matters of central law, Supreme Court will take the final decision. That is what. So in the option if they give High Court cannot cancel or judicially review central law, means it is wrong statement. High courts can also review the central laws. Fine. That means now in Suresh Kumar Kaushal versus Nas Foundation case and Shreya Singhal versus Union of India 2015 case, which involved a challenge to Article 19 Clause 1 Subclause A, which is freedom of speech and expression. If I send some message on communication devices which can be considered offensive, okay, which is banned. So what happens here? Anything can be considered offensive here. So that case also was heard by only 2-judge bench. Ardhamain the point ikkada. So don't be hung up on the exact constitutional provisions. They are not followed many of the times by the judiciary itself. Okay, so Fine. So now let's open up the current affairs segment here, guys. First things first, I would want to start from June. So what was there in last year in June 2023? I am just seeing the news, guys. Sedition was in news at that time. Sedition is something which is mentioned in IPC 124 clause A, which has punishment of at least 7 years or lifetime, guys. Okay, 7 years or lifetime. Now again, this may or may not be asked in the exam, because now we are going for this new penal codes in India, which is Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita for IPC. Okay, Bharatiya Inka evidence is what is Bharatiya Sakshya Bill. It is replacing Indian Evidence Act 1872. Nagarik Suraksha CRPC is going to be replaced, guys. So there the sections have been changed. Final draft we are waiting. I think in a few months they're going to notify the final draft of. Already it has been passed by the parliament, of course, but training is going on for the officials to finally incorporate this. So I think we may have to wait until then. But of course, guys, if they ask this question, IPC, see guys, simply because we are not having mains classes now, quickly let me just go to the point here. Sedition is not mentioned as reasonable restriction in Article 19 clause 2, guys. Article 19 clause 2 lo we have 8 grounds kada. Okay, sovereignty of India and JPC, friendly relation with states and JPC, public order and JPC. Okay, there we have incitement to offense, and we have also what, guys? Defamation, contempt of court. All these grounds are there. Constituent Assembly was careful enough not to use the word sedition. If they give in the statement that sedition is a restriction in 19 clause 2, answer is wrong, guys. Sedition Constitution lo mention cheyaledu. IPC lo alage undipoyindi. But as we know, guys, Supreme Court last 1-2 years ago has put sedition cases under abeyance. Abeyance means no more cases have to be booked for sedition. And if some questions are asked in the exam, I have some factual details. Kani mari inda chiller facts adagachchu adagapochu telidu. First ever case of sedition, Queen Empress versus Jogendra Chandar Bose, JC Bose అలా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఫస్ట్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ సెడిషన్ ఇన్ ఇండియా. కానీ ఆ కేసులో కన్విక్షన్ రాదు వాళ్ళకు, ఎందుకంటే వాళ్ళు ముందే సారీ చెప్పేస్తారు కాబట్టి. యూ కెన్ అపాలజైజ్ అండ్ ద కేస్ ఈస్ టేకెన్ బ్యాక్. బ్రిటిష్ గవర్నమెంట్కి విరుద్ధంగా వాళ్ళు ప్రొటెస్ట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. ఏజ్ ఆఫ్ కన్సెంట్, ఏజ్ ఆఫ్ కన్సెంట్. సో ఎట్ దట్ టైమ్ దే విల్ increase the age of consent. Indians will not like it and they will protest against the British government. So that is the case. JC Bose case ani good pet 21st case, but conviction raaledu, they apologized. But Balganga Tilak, you have to remember, guys, for the exam, he was the person who was convicted, first conviction for sedition in India. Okay, 3 times the sedition case was booked against Tilak. And remaining leaders like Bose, let's say Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi, almost Maulana Azad, almost all the leaders were booked under sedition in the past. What can be asked in this particular sedition is, what the word they mention here is that spreading disaffection against the government అనే వర్డ్ అందులో ఉంటుంది. అది కొంచెం కాంట్రవర్షియల్. ఎందుకు? Disaffection against the government means they did not write the word against the state or the nation, etc. They wrote the word called anybody by writing or by visible forms of representation. అంటే తమనలాగా డాన్స్ చేసి ఆ ఆర్ట్స్ అవ్వచ్చు, మాటలు అవ్వచ్చు, పోయిటరీ అవ్వచ్చు, ఏదో రకంగా గవర్నమెంట్కి విరుద్ధంగా ఉంటే, that is the scope of sedition, guys. It was very much troublesome in nature because government word is there. Government at that time means British government. As a result, they used to punish anybody who is protesting against the government. Indaka meku act cheppetappudu, I think suddenly it struck me, guys, that while telling you default bail, did I mention what section is there of CRPC? I think I forgot. Generally, I have this habit of rewinding my own classes. I did not say no. 167 clause 2 of CRPC, which is a default bail. Statutory bail is there in 167 clause 2. అచ్చా, ఇంటరిమ్ బెయిల్ కూడా చెప్పలే కదా నేను అప్పుడు. మరి మీరు ఎందుకు రిమైండ్ చేయలేదు నాకు? గైజ్ కమ్ ఆన్. I wrote 4 bails and I did not tell 1 bail. Something happened there, I got somewhere diverted, no? Interim bail is nothing but nothing, okay, fine. Is nothing but what? Interim bail is actually filed, guys, when your bail petition of regular bail, okay, is pending. అంటే మీ రెగ్యులర్ బెయిల్ అయితే ఉంటుందో దానికి, అంటే when regular bail is still yet to be decided by the court, interim bail can be sanctioned by the court. That means when the regular bail is pending by the court or in consideration by the court, interim bail can be filed, but release is only for temporary purposes. Ante enti adi, it's not permanent in nature. Permanent in the sense here, of course, bail itself is temporary here. Interim bail is what? Until we decide on your regular bail, give us some time, okay? Because sometimes they'll ask some information from you also. Some evidences they may ask, some facts they may ask. For that you need some time. So what they will say, okay, for a few days we can give you some interim bail. Until then we will decide your regular bail. That is called as interim bail. Ante it is imposed with conditions. In general, for bail you have to file for bail bonds. In bail bonds you will be asked to give surety. At least 2 persons have to give your surety. You have to furnish the fee also if required for the application fees, guys, for the bail bonds, and you have to give undertaking that you will not leave the country, okay, in the bail bond also, guys. Ivi conditions అందులో ఉంటాయి. సరేనా? Interim bail is a bail which is given when the petition for regular bail is still pending. Interim bail is not having any CRPC, nothing, it's not there. For anticipatory bail 438, regular 437 and 439 is there, okay, and 167 clause 2 is there for the this what is that default statutory bail, guys, okay. ఇంకా మెయిన్స్ వస్తే బాగా ఇంకా చెప్పేవాడిని, ఎందుకంటే మెయిన్స్లో ఒక కేసు వస్తుంది, రీతు ఛాబ్రియా, నాట్ ఆర్తి సమ్ యాక్ట్రెస్ ఆల్సో ఇస్ దేర్, నో, రీతు ఛాబ్రియా కేస్ లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ ఇట్ వాజ్ ఇన్ న్యూస్, గైస్. ఎందుకంటే డిఫాల్ట్ బెయిల్ ఈజ్ ఫండమెంటల్ రైట్ అని కోర్ట్ అంటుందన్నమాట. సో అప్పుడు గవర్నమెంట్ వీళ్ళు ఆర్గ్యూ ఇదేమంటున్నారండి, అప్పుడప్పుడు జెన్యున్గా మాకు టైం పడుతుంది ఛార్జ్ షీట్ ఫైల్ చేయడానికి, ఇలా డిఫాల్ట్ బెయిల్ ఫండమెంటల్ రైట్ అని చెప్పేసి ప్రతి ఒక్కళ్ళు బయటకు వచ్చేస్తారు, మాకు టైం కావాలని చెప్పేసి రిక్వెస్ట్ చేస్తే ఓకే ఓకే అని చెప్పేసి దాన్ని హోల్డ్లో పెడుతుంది. అది హోల్డ్లో పెట్టి జమానా అయింది, ఇంకా క్లారిఫై చేయలేదు. డిఫాల్ట్ బెయిల్ అంటే మీరు 90 days 60 daysలో మీరు ఛార్జ్ షీట్ ఫైల్ చేయకపోతే ఆయనకు బెయిల్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. దాన్ని ఫండమెంటల్ రైట్గా కోర్ట్ డిక్లేర్ చేస్తుంది. వాట్ ఈస్ రితు ఛాబ్రియా కేస్, సంథింగ్ ఈస్ దేర్, గైస్. బట్ దట్ కేస్ హ్యాస్ బీన్ పుట్ ఆన్ హోల్డ్ బై ద కోర్ట్స్. సో ఐఎమ్ ఎక్స్పెక్టింగ్ ఏ క్వశ్చన్ బికాస్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ హంగామా గోయింగ్ ఆన్ ఓవర్ ఈడీ పిఎంఎల్ఏ. కాబట్టి ఇన్వెస్టిగేటింగ్ అథారిటీస్ ఈ బెయిల్ ప్రొవిజన్స్ మీద ఒక మెయిన్స్ క్వశ్చన్ రావచ్చు అనుకుంటున్నాను నేను ఒక 1-2 yearsలో ఖచ్చితంగా. బికాస్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్స్ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు యువర్ ఫ్రీడమ్ ఆఫ్ 22 article is there, 22 clause 1 is there, 22 clause 2 is there, 20 clause 3 is there, PMLA is there. These are all making us go towards one potential means question, like how much freedom does an individual has, how does fundamental right shield a person from being wrongfully confined in the custody of the police and APPSC. Very soon in the coming months I am expecting one important Supreme Court judgment on the PMLA. Last time Supreme Court upheld PMLA, but now after seeing all this misuse, after reading the judgments of all these Chandrachud avvachu, వేరే judges avvachu, avanni chuste I am getting one hint that very soon Supreme Court is going to trim this okay, PMLA, because in PMLA, guys, they have the power to arrest a person, same like UAPO, guys. You have to prove that burden of proof is on you. You are guilty until proven innocent in this case also, PMLA కేసులో. సో ఇలాంటి పవర్స్ ఒక అథారిటీకి ఇవ్వడం కరెక్టేనా అనే యాంగిల్లో కోర్ట్ ఆలోచిస్తుంది. బికాస్ గైస్ ఫండమెంటల్ రైట్స్ ఆర్ పారామౌంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్. అవి లేకపోతే కంట్రీ విల్ బికమ్ బనానా రిపబ్లిక్. There is no use of being calling ourselves a democratic country, guys, unless there is protection of fundamental rights. So ivanni adagocchu exam lo. One case they may ask in the exam is Kedarnath state of Bihar case, guys. Kedarnath versus state of Bihar in sedition 1962. If they give the option like this case has cancelled sedition ante no andi, it has upheld sedition. Kedarnath case has upheld sedition, but the thing what they have told is only book the cases when there is something called as incitement to offense or violence, incitement of offense or imminent violence threat. ఇక వెళ్ళి చంపేద్దాం అని చెప్పేస్తే అప్పుడు అది ఇమినెంట్ వైలెన్స్ అండి. ఇమినెంట్ వైలెన్స్ అంటే వైలెన్స్కి తీసే దారి అలాంటి స్పీచ్ ఇస్తే అప్పుడు కేసు బుక్ చేయండి, చిన్న చిన్న క్రిటిసిజంకి కేసు బుక్ చేయదని చెప్పేసి ఈ కేసులో సుప్రీంకోర్టు డిక్లేర్ చేస్తుంది, కేదార్నాథ్ కేస్. And in mains you can write, one opportunity was lost by Supreme Court to clarify on the aspect of government word in the sedition, guys. Now what Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita has done, section 150 if I am not wrong, let me just verify, guys. Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita has removed the word sedition and they have retained the sedition in different form, guys. 150, let me just confirm. What you saying? Separatism, and the biggest problem in that 150 is what? Let me just confirm, guys. Section 150 of BNS. Yeah, endangering sovereignty integrity of India, same to same, lifetime imprisonment or 7 years. ఇబ్బంది ఏంటంటే మెయిన్స్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, ఈ బిఎన్ఎస్లో subversive activities also are covered under sedition, but the BNS does not clarify what is the meaning of the word subversive activities. అది ఏమైనా అవ్వచ్చు. What is the meaning of subversion? Can be anything. Criticizing the government also can be considered as subversion. కాబట్టి ఈ వర్డ్ని అందులో యాడ్ చేశారు sedition కేసులో, guys. Sedition word has been removed from the Indian Penal Code, which is now Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita. But section 150 has been brought and almost borrowed the same provisions and also included the word subversive activities, which could be troublesome in the future, guys. Sedition lo ee points రావచ్చు exam లో, guys. ఇంకా బిఫోర్ ఐ ఫర్గెట్ థింగ్స్, లెట్ మీ ఎప్పుడైతే గుర్తొస్తే చెప్పేస్తా కొన్ని పాయింట్స్. ఇంకోటి భారతీయ న్యాయ సంహితలో, గైస్, a new type of punishment has been included. Generally we have death sentence, lifetime imprisonment, rigorous imprisonment, simple imprisonment, okay, fines, ఇంకా పెనల్టీస్ అండ్ ఫైన్స్. ఇంకా ఇప్పుడు ఏముంది ఇప్పుడు, ఓకే, యా, కమ్యూనిటీ సర్వీస్ has now been included in the Penal Code of India, guys. Community service ante enti? Yesterday one rascal 17-year boy, okay, what is Vedant Agarwal, okay, he's a well-to-do person, a builder ka beta. He has driven his Porsche, and because of him he rammed into some vehicles, and in the bike one boy and girl were there, they both died on the spot, guys. Within 24 hours he got the bail, and he got his, because rich father, Porsche, ఓకే, ఉత్ని బడి గాడి, అంత పెద్ద వెహికల్ ఉంది, బిగ్ ఏమన్నాలి, గాలి అరే గుస్సారా, ఓకే, అంటే చాలా రిచ్ ఫ్యామిలీ, ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్షియల్ ఫ్యామిలీ. Within 24 hours got the bail. In that what they have written, no, you have to, bail conditions, you should write an essay on driving, okay, you should be spending some 15 days with traffic police anta ivanni rasaru అందులో. ఇంత టఫ్ ఉన్నాయి కదా కండిషన్స్, బెయిల్ కండిషన్స్ అనమాట. అదే మీరు నేను చేస్తే లైఫ్ అంతా అవుట్ ఇన్ ద జైల్ విల్ బి, గైస్. దట్ గై హూ హ్యాస్ డ్రివెన్ హిస్ వెహికల్ ఆన్ ద ఫ్లైఓవర్, వన్ ఉమెన్ డైడ్, నో, Gachibowli, before that, yeah, that Madhapur ka wo hai na flyover, that is also, he also escaped. Influential person, rich persons. It makes us question the judicial system. Of course, we can't blame judiciary completely here when the investigating authorities cannot file a watertight case. Judiciary also cannot do much, guys. So ye pura hai. So what is the learning here, guys? Community service means it could be like standing on the roads with placards, don't drink and drive, or cleaning some places. ఇవన్నీ ఏంటంటే కమ్యూనిటీ సర్వీస్ కిందకి వస్తాయి. ఇప్పుడు ఇది అఫీషియల్గా ఒక టైప్ ఆఫ్ పనిష్మెంట్ కింద యాడ్ చేశారు భారతీయ న్యాయ సంహితలో. ఓకేనా, ఫైన్, డౌటా? ఓకే, ఫైన్. సో గైస్, లెట్స్ ఎండ్ దిస్ పర్టికులర్ థింగ్ హియర్. సెడిషన్ డన్. Will they ask this kind of questions like new parliament building, central vista development project, peacock theme? Generally in groups, group 2, group 1 kind of exams, group 2 they will ask, no. In the past I have seen teachers teaching, I mean, because they used to ask in the exams, how many pillars are there in parliament building, what color is the carpet, green carpet for Lok Sabha, red for Rajya Sabha. ఆ లెవెల్కి వచ్చేయాలా ఇప్పుడు? ఏమో, they asked flag code last time. They asked flag code question last time, guys. See the measurements of flag code, guys, because one question is coming from such kind of, these kind of questions which we used to read once upon a time in India yearbook. some factual details of what are the national emblems of India, what is the national flower. National flower is not there in India, of course. It is government clarified in the Rajya Sabha, guys. No national flower concept, no national game also is not there in India. Hockey is not the national game of India. Flower is not the national, flower, what is it? Lotus is not the national flower of India. This was, even the government authorities don't know this. Still it is mentioned in some websites. It is wrong. Government clarified in the House, in the Parliament, in the written question, guys, that government of India has not declared anything as national sports or national flower. But Ministry of Environment and Forest has declared the national animal as tiger and national bird as peacock. That Ministry of Environment and Forest, it is official. Flower is not official, and hockey is also, sports also not official, guys. So make sure, don't purchase India yearbook and all that now. If you already have online లో ఏమైనా కాపీ ఉంటే జస్ట్ కొన్ని ఇండియా గురించి కొన్ని ఫ్యాక్ట్స్ గూగుల్ చేసుకోండి. అర్థమైందా? వాసుదేవ కుటుంబకం, ఫ్రమ్ వేర్ వీ హ్యావ్ బారోడ్ దిస్, ఫ్రమ్ వేర్ వీ హ్యావ్ గాట్ ఇన్స్పిరేషన్, విచ్ ఉపనిషద్ అది, Mandaka Upanishad. Like that kind of words they can ask in the exam, guys. We are seeing such trends. And I expected one question they will ask on Bharat Ratna, because already Modi has given 5 Bharat Ratnas. As per the rules, of course, 3 Bharat Ratnas are given every year, but government can bypass. In the past already it has bypassed this rule already, guys. So 5 he has given this time. What I expected, exactly the question came, guys. I mean, of course, not my greatness. Any person who teaches polity will understand that, because it's in news. Bharat Ratna lo em icharante vallu monetary award anedi undadu. There is no monetary award given to Bharat Ratna recipients or Padma recipients, guys. Understand this point. Some concessions are given for them in the traveling, etc., but not for the money అయితే వాళ్ళకి అసలు ఇవ్వరు. సో ఈ పాయింట్ కూడా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. And can it be given to foreigners? Which foreigner has one? Mandela ఇంకా Mother Teresa is Indian, naturalized citizen of India. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, Frontier Gandhi was called, no? They got the, అంటే ఫారినర్స్కి ఇవ్వచ్చా అంటే భారతరత్న ఇవ్వచ్చు. There is no bar on that, guys. Okay. Can Indians accept titles from foreign states? Absolutely no, guys, because discussion వచ్చింది కాబట్టి చెప్తున్నాను. India cannot give titles to either Indians or foreigners. Except military academic, state of India can never ever give titles to anyone. That is absolutely 18 clause 1 says. Clause 2 says what? Citizens of India can never accept titles from foreign states. From foreign states also we can never accept the titles, guys. Okay, forget about India. India అయితే ఇవ్వదు అసలు, బేసికల్ ఇండియా ఇవ్వకూడదు అని చెప్పేసి రాశారు. ఫారినర్స్ ఇచ్చినా కూడా, ఫారిన్ కంట్రీ కూడా, we should never accept the title. What about 3? Any foreigner who is working with the government of India, Office of Profit, they can accept titles only with the permission of the President of India. ఫారినర్ కాబట్టి వాళ్ళకు వేరే దేశాలు ఇవ్వచ్చు, ఇచ్చినా కూడా అప్పుడు మన గవర్నమెంట్తో పనిచేస్తున్నప్పుడు ప్రెసిడెంట్ పర్మిషన్ తీసుకోవాల్సిందే. దెన్ 4 says what? Both Indians and foreigners who are working with the government of India, Office of Profit లో ఉన్నప్పుడు, if they get any gifts, presents, emoluments from any state, they can accept only with the previous consent of the President of India. Here we're talking about gifts, presents, not titles, guys. Indians అసలు టైటిల్స్ మనం ఇండియా ఇవ్వద్దు, మన బయట వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చినా కూడా తీసుకోవద్దు. ఓకే, బెటర్. Okay, that is what is this article, guys. Please make sure you know this kind of intricacies. India cannot give titles to anyone. 18 clause 1 says, except military or academic, like let's say colonel, major unnai kada, or we have doctor kind of titles, they can give it, guys. And awards and this are not considered as titles, which is one Bharat Ratna and Padma awards. They are not considered as titles. Balaji Raghavan case. What about Burning Star and Fire Star or Avesham Star on YouTube? ఇవి అవార్డ్సా, ఇవి టైటిల్సా? ఇవి ఇండియన్ గవర్నమెంట్ ఇవ్వలేదు కాబట్టి ఇవి టైటిల్స్ కిందకి రావండి. ఓకే, బర్నింగ్ స్టార్లు, ఆవేశం స్టార్లు, ఇవన్నీ లెజెండ్, ఐకాన్ స్టార్ అని చెప్పేసి ఇవన్నీ మనం ఇచ్చుకున్నవి. అఫీషియల్లీ గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా ఇవ్వలేదు కాబట్టి వీటి మీద ఎటువంటి ఇబ్బందులు ఏమీ లేవు. ఓకే, ఫైన్. సో డన్, గైస్. అంటే ఇందులో ఫ్యాక్చువల్ పాయింట్స్ వచ్చి పార్లమెంట్లో ఏమొస్తాయండి? బేసికల్లీ సెంట్రల్ విస్టా ప్రాజెక్ట్ అది, అండ్ ఇవన్నీ వేస్ట్ ఫ్యాక్ట్స్ అండి. ఏరియా ఎంత ఉంది, సీటింగ్ స్పేస్, లౌంజ్, platinum rated green building because it is India's commitment towards environmental sustainability. This can be considered as important. Platinum rated green building. We have this concept of green buildings for efficiency, right? We use green building concept generally. Griha assessment అనే ఉంటుంది. ఏంటంటే మనం ఎలా డిజైన్ చేయాలంటే బిల్డింగ్స్ ఎనర్జీ తక్కువ వాడేటట్టుగా మనం డిజైన్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఇప్పుడు ఎలా ఉంటాయి బిల్డింగ్స్ అంటే డే టైంలో కూడా, అంటే ఇది క్లోజ్ రూమ్ కానీ మన బిల్డింగ్స్ ఎలా ఉంటాయి, డే టైంలో కూడా అన్ని లైట్స్ ఓపెన్ చేస్తే తప్ప ఏం కనిపించదు అనమాట. అంటే యు ఆర్ నాట్ మేకింగ్ ఏ ప్రాపర్ గ్రీన్ బిల్డింగ్, you are not reducing the use of water, energy, etc. So for that in environment you will read about Griha and Griha, Griha, Griha and raskondi, refer అని చెప్పేసి రాసుకోండి environment లో. Fine. So that is one thing, guys. Kartavya Path, North Block, South Block, Foucault's Pendulum, 75 rupees coin launched. I'll skip these things, guys. Just Google and see. Sengol. What is Sengol? It's a scepter, okay, which is only for ceremonial purposes. Any question can come in the exam. Chola time lo Sangam age lo Chola Rajas used to use this అని చెప్పేసి, అంటే UPSC sometimes ఆ టాపిక్ డైరెక్ట్ అడగకుండా దానికి పెరిఫెరల్గా వచ్చే లింక్స్ని యాడ్ చేసుకుని అడగచ్చు. సంగం ఏజ్ చదువుకోండి, చోలాస్ చదువుకోండి. హూ నోస్, దే మే ఆస్క్ క్వశ్చన్ ఇన్ ది ఎగ్జామ్, గైస్. ఓకే, చోలాస్, చేరాస్, పాండ్యాస్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, చూసుకోండి. ఓకే, that story is not true, guys. I mean, websites, everybody and all are seeing story ila transfer chesarani. Government of India officially in the DD channel also gave the story ila ichcharanta aa time lo avani cheppesi. Later it was found in research that is not the right story. Okay, these days we have forgotten the what is true and what is fact and fiction. The lines are very blurred today, guys. Okay, news lo emundi inkoti PIB fact checking unit, Supreme Court has cancelled that. Enduku cheppandi? Last month PIB తెలుసా మీకు, గవర్నమెంట్స్ అఫీషియల్ న్యూస్ బ్యూరో, ప్రెస్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ బ్యూరో, it has made a new unit called as fact checking unit. What is that fact checking unit, guys? They will verify any news in the media, and once they certify it as fake news, then what happens? Action can be taken against those who spread fake news. Recently అమిత్ షా వీడియోని ఎవరో డాక్టర్ చేశారని చెప్పేసి కేసెస్ బుక్ చేశారు కదా ఫాస్ట్గా. కాబట్టి అంటే PIB ఇక్కడ ఇబ్బంది ఏమంటే, సుప్రీం కోర్ట్ వై ఇట్స్ క్యాన్సల్డ్ ఇస్ బికాస్ ద వెరీ గవర్నమెంట్ who has to be held accountable by the people, if they classify a particular news as fake news, then what happens, guys? Nobody will be able to report against the government. One person, recently we are seeing lot of trains full jam packed, north routes especially. Okay, so appudu em avutundi, people are live tweeting by saying that, see, this is the situation of railways now, we are not able to enter in the trains. Then after 3 days or 4 days, guys, railway has took a video and told this guy who is saying on Twitter fake and rasesi, new video they have posted and said, see, there are no people here. People told, are babu, adi 4 days old video adi. You are making video today and you are saying ante anta lights camera action chalo record అని చెప్పేసి ఈ రోజు వీడియో షూట్ చేసి మీరు పోస్ట్ చేసి ఫేక్ అని చెప్పేస్తున్నారు. ఒకవేళ నిజంగా ఇఫ్ యూ గివ్ గవర్నమెంట్ ద పవర్ దట్ దే కెన్ క్లాసిఫై ఎనీ న్యూస్ as fake or not fake, then what happens, guys? We cannot freely express it is against fundamental right, article 19 clause 1 subclause A. So Supreme Court has cancelled PIB as the fact checking unit, guys. Okay, that is also in the news. And very much in news is democracy, parliamentary democracy. Already you know these points. I have shared one link with you, guys. In that link, if you open that POLITY by ADNAN అని చెప్పేసి ఒక డ్రైవ్, గూగుల్ డ్రైవ్ లింక్ ఉంది, మీకు లేదనుకుంటా. ఓకే ఫైన్, ఇప్పుడు వచ్చిందా? In that, if you open, I have several notes of mine. In that I added 17th Lok Sabha summary. Just ఇలా రోబో లాగా గ్లాన్స్ చేసుకోండి. 17th Lok Sabha summary I gave, guys. How many bills were passed? I mean, they may not ask more factual points, at least some overview of average number of sittings, average number of bills, how many were passed, how many discussions happened. Around 16% bills were sent to parliamentary committees. Like that, some facts are there, guys. Please do glance that and fish out 1 or 2 factual points, because if dictate cheyadam anedi time waste naku. I shared that 17th Lok Sabha, just glance cheyandi. Okay na? Fine. Acha, they may ask the architect also. That Gujarati architect Patel was there. No? What is the person name, guys? Earlier was the all Lutyens, Baker and Lutyens. They have designed the thing. What is the name of the current person who designed? Which Patel he is? Architect. I forgot his name, guys. Architect of Parliament, India. Bimal Patel. No. He's only Bimal Patel. Yes. Who is the architect of this current parliament, guys? Okay, his name. Of course, మరి ఇది చిల్లర అయిపోయిందండి క్వశ్చన్. ఓకే, బిమల్ పటేల్. యూపీఎస్సీ కూడా స్టాండర్డ్స్ ఈ మధ్య అంత బాగాలేవు కాబట్టి హూ నోస్. గైస్, డూ యూ నో దిస్ బేసిక్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ అవి న్యూస్లో ఉన్నాయి, ప్రెసిడెంట్ ఫంక్షన్స్, గవర్నర్స్ ఆస్పెక్ట్ ఆఫ్ బిల్స్. ఐ థింక్ ఆబ్వియస్గా తెలిసినవి కొంచెం మనం స్కిప్ చేస్తే కొత్తవి నేర్చుకోవచ్చు అని నా పాయింట్. అంటే మళ్ళీ పాలిటీ క్లాస్లో అయిపోతుంది అనమాట. ఏది వెన్ ఏ బిల్ ఈస్ బ్రాట్ బిఫోర్ గవర్నర్ వాట్ ఆప్షన్స్ వీ హ్యావ్ అని చెప్పేసి చెప్పండి, ఏం ఆప్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయి? ఓకే, సింపుల్. ఐ విల్ ఆస్క్ సమ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ టు యూ. ఇది ఆర్టికల్ 200లో ఉంటుంది. ఐదర్ హీ కెన్ గివ్ అసెంట్ టు ద బిల్ ఆర్ విత్ హోల్డ్ అసెంట్, ఇంకా రిటర్న్ ద బిల్ బ్యాక్ టు ద హౌస్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఇస్ నాట్ మనీ బిల్. లాస్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ వాట్, గైస్? రిజర్వ్ ద బిల్ ఫర్ ద ప్రెసిడెంట్ అనే ఆప్షన్ ఉంటుంది. ఇది ఎందుకు న్యూస్లో ఉందంటే సుప్రీం కోర్ట్ హ్యాస్ గివెన్ ఎ న్యూ ఇంటర్ప్రిటేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్టికల్ 200 లాస్ట్ ఇయర్, గైస్. Why? Because of Ravi. Here the Supreme Court has told that governor has no option of pocket veto. It's completely illegal. Governors have no pocket veto, guys. It is absolutely illegally they are using this pocket veto. Ante taking no action is illegal, of course. President has pocket veto. President's pocket is bigger than US president's pocket. Because US president has to give the answer in 10 days. When a bill has come before him, within 10 days he should say yes or no. Okay, and president can veto any bill which has been passed by the Congress. If you want to override president's veto, what you have to do, guys? There in USA, special majority, 2/3 majority is required. In India, we can override the president's suspensive veto by simple majority. So India does not have qualified veto. India has suspensive veto. Means India's president, when he sends the bill back to the house, it can be again passed back to the president by simple majority. In USA it is 2/3 majority you have to pass, guys. Okay, that is qualified majority. So pocket veto is there only for the president of India. No time limit is there, guys. What about governor? Governor has no pocket veto. Second aspect here, Supreme Court has held that governor has no option to withhold the assent to the bills passed by the state. If governor withhold assent to any bill passed by the house, he has to disclose the reasons for that, so that the house may react accordingly. The house may make a new bill, or the house may ఫర్గెట్ అబౌట్ దట్ బిల్ కంప్లీట్లీ, గైస్. అంటే ఈ రీజన్స్ కంపల్సరీ ఇవ్వాలని చెప్పింది. ఇంకో ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్ సుప్రీంకోర్టు ఏం చెప్పిందంటే, ఒకవేళ హౌస్ మళ్ళీ ఒక బిల్ పాస్ చేస్తే ఆ ఆస్పెక్ట్లో ఇట్ ఈస్ యాజ్ లైక్ మనీ బిల్, ఇట్ ఈస్ యాజ్ మ్యాండేటరీ లైక్ మనీ బిల్, హీ హ్యాస్ టు కంపల్సరీలీ సైన్ అని చెప్పింది అనమాట. అంటే ఏంటి, సెకండ్ టైం బిల్ మళ్ళీ వస్తే అక్కడ వెయిటింగ్ పీరియడ్లో అవన్నీ ఏం లేవండి, ఖచ్చితంగా దాన్ని సైన్ చేయాలని చెప్పేసి సుప్రీం కోర్ట్ హ్యాస్ గివెన్ ఎ న్యూ ఇంటర్ప్రిటేషన్ టు ఆర్టికల్ 200, విచ్ మీన్స్, గైస్, governors have no veto powers with respect to pocket veto powers with respect to any state bills, and they cannot withhold the assent also. If they withhold the assent, reasons have to be communicated to the state legislature. That is the new interpretation of article 200. So I'm going to skip all the remaining aspects, which obviously we all have learned as a part of our polity classes. You all know ordinances and all that. Ordinances cannot be issued for what? Ordinances cannot be issued for what? Can we issue ordinance for money bill? News lo unnai, okay. Can we issue ordinance for money bill? Yes. Ordinance can be used to change taxation structures, but ordinance cannot be given on constitutional amendment, okay, and the matters in which union government does not have powers to make laws. Ordinance can be given only in those matters where the union has the power to make laws. I hope you understand this. యూనియన్ గవర్నమెంట్కి ఎక్కడ పవర్స్ ఉంటాయి? యూనియన్ లిస్ట్లో ఉంటాయి, కాంకరెంట్ లిస్ట్లో ఉంటాయి. ఆ మ్యాటర్స్లో మాత్రమే ఆర్డినెన్స్ జారీ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే, ఇన్ జనరల్, ఐఎమ్ నాట్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ ఎమర్జెన్సీ గైస్ హియర్, జనరల్ ప్రొవిజన్స్. ఓకే, అండ్ ఆర్డినెన్స్ కెనాట్ బి ఇష్యూడ్ టు amend the constitution. So they will twist in some test series I have seen, they have twisted this question by saying that if we want, can we issue, ordinance can be issued to transfer a list from central list to union list to concurrent list. Ordinance can be issued to transfer a list, okay, from union list to state list or concurrent list. No. Why? Because any changes, just they are asking in twisted way, guys. What is twisted way here? They are asking whether this requires amendment or not. Yes, of course. 368 article has two types of amendments. One is amendment by special majority. Second is amendment by special majority with 50%, half states by simple majority. Okay, that is one. Only two, guys, don't say three. That is wrong. That one is not in 368. You change the legislative councils, you add more judges to Supreme Court, you make citizenship changes in the constitution, you add or delete more states in India. These are not amendments under Article 368. Even though we say amendment by simple majority, it is a wrong way of telling, guys, because technically you may call in generally amendment by simple majority, but it does not classify as amendment under Article 368. Article 368 has only two. That is why, guys, when a question comes, what majority is required for constitution amendment bills, your answer should be special majority. And one easy trick, effective majority to remove all presiding officers, speaker, deputy speaker, vice president, okay, and deputy chairman. All these guys, effective majority is there to remove. To remove President of India, 2/3 of special majority chala unnayandi. Come on, guys, tell fast. 2/3 of total membership, that is president. To impeach the President of India, I need 2/3 of all membership. 2/3 of all membership. To remove the Supreme Court judge, High Court judge, CEC, CAG, SEC, I need special majority here, means majority of absolute members, means whole total membership by 2 + 1 plus 2/3 present and voting. This is a different type of majority, guys. This same majority is required to approve national emergency also, guys. Lakshmikant sir has given all this in one page only, I hope so, in Lakshmikant new book. Veleda చూసుకోండి, ఓకే. స్పెషల్ మెజారిటీ రకరకాలుగా ఉన్నాయండి. ఇప్పుడు చెప్పినవి గుర్తుండవా? మర్చిపోతారు, ఖచ్చితంగా మర్చిపోతారు. యూ విల్ ఫర్గెట్, ఐ నో దిస్ గైస్. ఓకే, so president removal, very different majority is there. Removal of Supreme Court judge, High Court judge, CEC, CAG and SCC, and approval of national emergency all require special majority, means 2/3 present in voting plus absolute membership. Okay, and one last question. Then what about 249, 312? 249 means to make a law on state list Rajya Sabha special powers. What majority is required, guys? Any state can ask for abolition of legislative council. Rajya Sabha can recommend to create all India services. Rajya Sabha can request parliament to make a law on state list. All have one majority. What is that? Special majority, which is what? 2/3 present voting. That's it. 2/3 present and voting is for any state asking for or abolition for legislative council. Rajya Sabha asking to parliament to make a law on state list. Rajya Sabha asking to parliament to make a new all India service. ఈ 3 things ki okate majority edadi 2/3 present and voting. That is what is a majority, guys. Okay, so and UPSC asked what about joint session? What majority? Very easy answer, simple majority for joint session. Okay, అండ్ మణిపూర్ కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్ న్యూస్లో ఉంది. ఇందులో పెద్దగా క్వశ్చన్స్ అంటే ఇది సెక్యూరిటీలో వస్తుంది మెయిన్స్లో, ఇందులో పెద్దగా ఆస్కారం లేదు. కానీ హౌ మెనీ దట్ ఆల్సో దే వోంట్ ఆస్క్ హౌ మెనీ సీట్స్ ఆర్ దేర్ ఇన్ మణిపూర్ అసెంబ్లీ అంటే 60 ఉన్నాయి, 40 ఏమో మేటీస్ ఉన్నారు, అంటే 20 ఏమో ఈ ఎవరు మన కుకీస్ వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు అనమాట. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద పాయింట్. అండ్ హియర్ ద క్వశ్చన్ దే మే ఆస్క్ ఇస్ రిగార్డింగ్ why the conflict has come, because of inclusion of ST list, guys. Okay, so let us see the provisions here quickly, guys. First things first, here What is Article 340? What it says? Come on. A lot of news. President can appoint a commission to investigate the condition of backward classes, socially educationally backward classes. President can appoint. Arey, first backward class commission, Kaka Kalelkar commission, Mandal commission. How they came? 340 only, guys. Rohini commission is in news. Why? Did it recommend for subcategorization or not? Rohini commission was brought to recommend whether we can subcategorize central list of BCs. Did it say yes or no for that? It said yes. Rohini commission recommended for, it recently gave the report, guys. Rohini commission for subcategorization of BCs. I'll just come back to the point. Okay. President can appoint a commission to investigate the condition of backward, socially educationally backward classes. Then Article 341 says what, guys? Quickly. President will notify by consulting the governor the list of SCs. Clause 2 says what? That is Article 342, Clause 1. This is for STs. Same like above, guys. Okay. Same like above ante President by consulting governor of the state will notify the list of STs, guys. ఓకే, మణిపూర్ న్యూస్లో ఉంది కాబట్టి చెప్తున్నాను. ఓకే, ప్రెసిడెంట్ కమిషన్ ఏర్పాటు చేస్తారు, సరే బాగానే ఉంది. మరి ఎస్సీ లిస్ట్ ఎవరు చేస్తారంటే ప్రెసిడెంట్ లిస్ట్ తయారు చేస్తారు. ఆ ఫలానా గవర్నర్ ఆ స్టేట్లో కన్సల్ట్ చేసి ఫార్మల్గా ఆ స్టేట్లో వీళ్ళండి ఎస్సీస్, ఆ తమిళనాడులో వీళ్ళు ఎస్సీస్, ఉత్తరప్రదేశ్లో వీళ్ళు ఎస్సీ అని చెప్పేసి వాళ్ళ లిస్ట్ తయారు చేస్తారు. మళ్ళీ ఎస్టీ ఎవరు అంటే అది కూడా ప్రెసిడెంట్ ఆ స్టేట్ గవర్నర్తో మాట్లాడి ఫార్మల్గా నోటిఫై చేసి లిస్ట్ ఇస్తారు. సరే మరి నాకు కొత్త ఎస్సీ కొత్త ఎస్టీ యాడ్ చేయాలి, రిమూవ్ చేయాలి. Recently we have done in UP also some list of STs were transferred from SC to ST, guys. Who can do this? Any addition or deletion can be done only by Parliament. This will be asked in the exam. Addition and deletion of list of SC STs can be done only by the Parliament. This don't forget, guys. Which is where the mistake happened here. How dare the High Court judge give the opinion in Manipur that please add this Meiteis into ST list? Who are you to say it? Nowhere they have given here High Court will do it. It is the government decision. It is the Parliament to add. You cannot give such careless judgments because of which the riots have increased a lot in India. Fine. And now you may ask, sir, anta baane undi mari BCs ekkada undarante daniki constitutional status e ledu okappudu. When we gave constitutional status to BCs, guys, the backward class commission, why not? 102nd Amendment 2018 is important here because it gave constitutional status to the BCs and they added this Article 342 capital A. In that same to same 1-2 points. Entandi, President by consulting governor will notify the list of backward classes. Parliament can add or delete the list of backward classes. ఇక్కడ చాలా స్టేట్స్ బీసీ రిజర్వేషన్స్ ఇచ్చుకుంటూ వెళ్తే మహారాష్ట్రలో కూడా దే గేవ్ ఫర్ ద మరాఠాస్. ఇమ్మీడియట్లీ మెనీ కోర్ట్స్ క్యాన్సల్ ఇట్. దే టోల్డ్ అరే ఆగండి, 102 amendment is saying that only Parliament can do it. How can states do it? States are like, sir, states also have BC list. SC ST we can understand. BC we have BC A B C D E. How can you stop the states? And big riots and all that happens in India. So Parliament had to clarify to Supreme Court, kaadandi and cheppesi they will bring 105th Amendment, guys, 2021, and they will say states have also the power to make their own list of state BCs. They add 105th Amendment adds a new clause 3 and says states can notify the list of BCs. This is the 105th Amendment, guys. That is why Manipur, it was wrong on Manipur High Court judge to consider to appoint put this Meiteis into ST list. వాళ్ళకి అసలు ST అవసరమే లేదు, వాళ్ళ అప్పర్ క్యాస్ట్ వాళ్ళందరూ. ఓకే, కాబట్టి అదొక మిస్టేక్ జరిగింది. సో ఈ క్వశ్చన్ మే ఆస్క్ హూ కెన్ నోటిఫై అంటే అఫ్ కోర్స్, గైస్, President can notify the list of BCs, but the question here is what here, guys? Here it is state list of BCs, ademo సెంట్రల్ లిస్ట్, ఇదేమో సెంట్రల్ బీసీ లిస్ట్ వేరు, స్టేట్ బీసీ లిస్ట్ వేరు. లాస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్, క్యాన్ states subcategorize, or can the government of India subcategorize SC, ST or not? BC, as of now, the Rohini Commission recommended to subcategorize BCs. Permission has been given, but government is yet to do it. What about SC, STs? News lo undi. Modi promised Mandakrishna Madiga that we will try to subcategorize SC అని చెప్పేసి చెప్తే న్యూస్లో బాగా వచ్చింది. మరి చేయొచ్చా అంటే 9-judge bench court, his judgment is pending, guys. So I'm waiting for many months. Already వాదనలు అయిపోయినాయి. Court is about to pronounce a judgment on this matter. But when I saw the proceedings, I saw that the judges are inclined to subcategorize. But because it's a political question which will create big havoc in India, so don't know whether government will accept or not. Because reservation in promotion, which case was denied in which case? Indira Sawhney case has told no reservation in promotions. Then Parliament reacted by bringing 16 clause 4 capital A and told reservation in promotions are there. Then what this case has told? What is that case? Jarnail Singh case. They have told what? That we need to చూడలేదా క్రీమీ లేయర్ ఫర్ ది ఎస్సీస్ ఎస్టీస్ ఇన్ మ్యాటర్స్ ఆఫ్ రిజర్వేషన్ ఆఫ్ ప్రమోషన్ అని చెప్పారు. ఇంత చేసినా కూడా ఇప్పుడు వచ్చిందా అంటే రాలేదు. అంటే మీరు అదే పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే గైస్, ఇక్కడ దెర్ ఆర్ మెనీ జడ్జ్మెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ కోర్స్, బట్ నాట్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ ఫాలోడ్. సో ఇఫ్ డోంట్ గెట్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్డ్ హియర్, రిజర్వేషన్ ఇన్ ప్రమోషన్స్ ఆఫ్ జాబ్స్, ఓన్లీ ఇన్ దాట్ దే రికమెండెడ్ creamy layer, not general reservation. As per the Jarnail Singh case, guys, as per the Nagaraj case, they only talked about what? Please keep creamy layer for SC ST in what matters? Promotion in jobs. ఆ విషయంలో మాత్రమే రికమెండ్ చేశాను, ఇప్పటివరకు రాలేదు. సో ఇవన్నీ క్వశ్చన్స్ అడగచ్చు ఎగ్జామ్లో. అండ్ దే మే ఆస్క్ విచ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫాలోయింగ్ ఈజ్ ఎ కాన్స్టిట్యూషనల్ బాడీ ఆర్ నాట్ అనే క్వశ్చన్ కూడా అడగచ్చు. గైస్ ఇంకో లెర్నింగ్ ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే, which is the only statutory body whose report president will cause to be laid. మీ క్లాస్లో చెప్పాను అప్పుడు. Central Vigilance Commission. It is the only body, guys. Generally SC ST BC commissions అవ్వచ్చు, CAG అవ్వచ్చు, వీళ్ళ రిపోర్ట్స్ అన్నీ president will cause to be laid before the parliament. బట్ హ్యూమన్ రైట్స్ కమిషన్ అవ్వచ్చు, మిగతావి అన్నీ ఉంటాయి కదా, పబ్లిక్ అకౌంట్స్ కమిటీ, ఇవన్నీ గవర్నమెంట్ విల్ లే గైస్. లా కమిషన్ ఇస్ దేర్ విచ్ ఇస్ అన్ అడ్వైజరీ బాడీ. లా కమిషన్ రిపోర్ట్స్ ఆల్సో ఇట్ గివెన్ టు ద మినిస్ట్రీ ఆఫ్ లా అండ్ జస్టిస్. దెన్ దే విల్ లే ఇట్ ఇన్ ద పార్లమెంట్. So president will cause to be laid constitutional bodies ke reports, but the CVC, which is Central Vigilance Commission, it is the only statutory body whose reports president will cause to be laid before the parliament, guys. Okay, I think I told this in your class last time, no? Fine. With your permission, I can extend for some time the class. Okay, na? If you are able to tolerate me, then which is the article of special provision for Manipur, guys? 371 capital C. అంటే ఇట్ గివ్ సమ్ అవుట్సైడర్స్ కెనాట్ పర్చేస్ ద ల్యాండ్ అని రెస్ట్రిక్షన్స్ అవన్నీ ఉంటాయి, వాళ్ళ కస్టమ్స్ని కాపాడడానికి ఉంటుంది అనమాట. 371A నాగాలాండ్కి ఎలాగైతే ఉందో 371C ఈజ్ దేర్ ఫర్ ద మణిపూర్, గైస్. స్పెషల్ ప్రొవిజన్స్ ఫర్ స్టేట్స్. Did you write Rohini Commission? Like Rohini Commission for subcategorization of central OBCs. Central, not for states. Already we have ABCD ఉన్నాయి కదా. Logic, common sense you have to use, guys. స్టేట్స్లో ఆల్రెడీ లేవా సబ్ కేటగరైజేషన్స్? ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి సెంట్రల్ లిస్ట్లో కూడా చేయాలా వద్దా అని ఆలోచిస్తున్నారు. ఆ కమిషన్ ఏమనుకుందంటే కొన్ని 10% OBCs మాత్రమే దే ఆర్ గెట్టింగ్ ఆల్ ద బెనిఫిట్స్ ఇట్ సీమ్స్. సో దే గేవ్ సమ్ ఫార్ములా హౌ టు డివైడ్ ద రిజర్వేషన్ అమాంగ్ ది OBCs. గవర్నమెంట్ ఇంకా నోటిఫై చేయలేదు. Do you know Delhi Ordinance, Delhi GNCT, Delhi National Capital Territory Act? Not going into details, just one point, guys. Services. అంటే ఇప్పుడు IAS ఆఫీసర్స్ ఎవరో వాళ్ళని ఎవరిని ఎక్కడ అపాయింట్ చేయాలి, ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయాలా వద్దా, జనరల్లీ స్టేట్స్లో స్టేట్ గవర్నమెంట్స్ కెన్ టేక్ ద డెసిషన్, గైస్. State governments have the powers. What about Delhi then? Delhi actually it was still, and it was formerly with the government, but central government was overrunning the Delhi government. Supreme Court has held that it is the Delhi government which has the control over services. Control over services, which means I am talking about removal, guys. Removal done by the central government only. I'm talking about the appointments and transfers. Delhi Jal Board only. I want to appoint some officer there, so I should have the option to appoint Delhi Jal Board ka chairman. I am the chief minister of Delhi. I should have the option. But here what's happening here? Lieutenant governor is stopping because formally he has to appoint you. He is not signing the documents. Went to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court told yes, the Delhi government has the ultimate control over services. Amit Shah told, okay, fine. They brought the ordinance, and later that night I was watching, it was almost 11 o'clock. And after the Rajya Sabha has passed this ordinance is brought first, no, because generally House is not in session. Agale mat Amit Shah. Ordinance pravesha pettaru to overturn the Supreme Court judgment. They brought ordinance, guys. And they told that from now onwards, it is not Delhi government alone. They created one body called as National Capital Civil Service Authority, guys. So just write one point here, guys. National Capital Civil Service Authority in Delhi. Who will have the control over the transfers of these services is National Capital Civil Service Authority. Who are there here, guys? First one, obviously, it is the Chief Minister of Delhi, and the highest IAS officer, as we know in the state, Chief Secretary. Then we have Principal Secretary as the Member Secretary. These three guys will have the power to control the services in Delhi. Now, guys, what decisions are taken here means it is taken by majority. Majority decisions are taken. One highlight twist is that in this panel, if there is no chief minister, the panel can still go ahead and decide on services. Same like EC Act. In EC Act also, even if the election, quorum is not there also, doesn't matter, guys. And LOP lekunna kuda em gaadu. PM and cabinet minister can select the election commissioners in India in case Lok Sabha is dissolved. Same thing here also. No need, sometimes CM is not there, these two guys can take a decision. And after they take a decision, guys, what happens here? It is sent to the Lieutenant Governor. Lieutenant Governor has the option to return the recommendation once. In case of disagreement, LG will prevail. Khatam, close, gaya. Okay. In case of difference of opinion, who will prevail? Lieutenant Governor. Ante Arvind Kejriwal just oka formality kosam matrame. So that is how we bypass Supreme Court verdicts in India. Any other points here? Done, guys. This will not be asked. Judges recusal. Recusal ante what happens? Recusal means అంటే జనరల్లీ కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉంటే ఇప్పుడు నేను జడ్జ్ ఉన్నాను, సో ఆల్రెడీ మై ఫ్రెండ్ ఆర్ మై ఫ్యామిలీ మెంబర్ ఆర్ నాకు తెలిసిన ఫ్యామిలీ కంపెనీ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఈజ్ ఇన్ ద రెస్పాండెంట్స్, హౌ కెన్ ఐ బీ ఏ జడ్జ్ ఇన్ మై ఓన్ కాజ్? న్యాచురల్ జస్టిస్ ఈజ్ వైలేటెడ్ హియర్. సో జడ్జెస్ విల్ recuse means నేను ఈ కేసు వినని చెప్పేసి. బట్ recusal is not having any conditions mentioned in the constitution or any legal statutes. As a result, many times judges will not record reasons and they will recuse themselves from politically sensitive cases. Bela Trivedi, Modi favorite, okay, she has recused herself. Favorite, she worked in Gujarat government at the time, guys. Okay, so she has recused herself from Bilkis Bano case. What reason? She has not given, guys. ఈ ఆప్షన్ బాగుంది కదా, మన ఆఫీస్లో కూడా నేను పని చేయని చెప్పేసి వెళ్ళిపోతే పీకేస్తారు జాబ్లోంచి, అంతే కదా. నెక్స్ట్ డే డోంట్ కమ్ అని చెప్పేసి ఇంటికి వెళ్ళిపోండి అని చెప్పేసి recusal ఫర్ ఎవర్ దే విల్ గివ్, గైస్. బట్ జడ్జెస్ హ్యావ్ ది ఆప్షన్ ఆఫ్ recusing, but they are misusing that. Recusal is being misused. Okay, ఏమంటావు ప్రవీణ్? అర్థమైందా? కాలేదా? వెయిటింగ్ ఫర్ 11:30. 11:30 they have a class here. Before that we will leave. Okay, so exam clear చేయాలా వద్దా? What is adjournment motion? I read this, but I did not write here. The Principal Home Secretary. And of course, we know who will appoint these two guys. Who? Central government. Ever since Kejriwal defeated this current government, 67-3, అప్పటి నుంచి మామూలు రివెంజ్ తీసుకోవట్లే ఆయన మీద సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్. When Sheila Dikshit was the chief minister, we would not see all these things because central government Congress, Delhi also Congress. Different party ఉంటేనే ఢిల్లీలో మొత్తం లొల్లి ఉంటుంది అనమాట కంప్లీట్లీ. అండ్ ఢిల్లీలో వాట్ ఈస్ నాట్ దేర్ ఇన్ ద స్టేట్ లిస్ట్, పీపీఎల్. ఐపీఎల్ ఇప్పుడు నడుస్తుంది కదా. ఐపీఎల్ అంటే ఇక్కడ పీపీఎల్ మీన్స్ పోలీస్, పబ్లిక్ ఆర్డర్ అండ్ ల్యాండ్. అలా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఓకే, ఐపీఎల్ పోయి పీపీఎల్. ఐపీఎల్ ఇస్ వాచ్ బై పీపుల్. ఓకే, పీపీఎల్ 50 కోట్లు అంట కదా జియోలో. But they are not real numbers. I think all of you know that. They will count multiple times. If you visit the website, it is counted as new visit. Okay, sare edo okati. PPL, police, public order and land is not. And who appoints the chief minister and ministers? President appoints. చూసుకోండి, ఇది కూడా పాయింట్స్. ఓకేనా? ఢిల్లీ స్పెషల్ ప్రావిజన్స్ చూసుకోండి, ప్రెసిడెంట్ అపాయింట్స్ దేమ్ గైస్. ఓకే, సో స్పెషల్ ప్రావిజన్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఇది క్లాస్ కాదు కాబట్టి మొత్తం మళ్ళీ ఓపెన్ చేసి డిస్కషన్ అవన్నీ చేయలేను. అడ్జర్న్మెంట్ మోషన్, వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ గైస్? దెర్ ఆర్ సంథింగ్ విచ్ కెన్ బి పాస్డ్ ఓన్లీ ఇన్ లోక్సభ. వాట్ ఆర్ దోస్? కాన్ఫిడెన్స్, నో కాన్ఫిడెన్స్, సెన్ష్యూర్, ఇంకా అడ్జర్న్మెంట్ మోషన్. అడ్జర్న్మెంట్ అంటే ఏంటి? ఇక్కడ 50 మెంబర్స్ సపోర్ట్ కావాలి. ఓకే, అండ్ వాట్ ఇట్ విల్ డూ? ఇట్ విల్ సస్పెండ్ that day's business, and generally 2.5 hours is given for discussion on any topic, but 50 member support is required in adjournment motion. Does Rajya Sabha has this option? No option is there, but sometimes one rule is mentioned in the news which is not adjournment motion, but it has features of adjournment motion. I told in the classes already. Rule 267, suspension of business notice. This is only in Rajya Sabha. Suspension of business notice. It is only in Rajya Sabha, guys. And what about Rule 377? Anyone knows? Bringing a matter of ఇవన్నీ రీసెంట్గా న్యూస్లో ఉన్నాయి. Bringing to the house a matter of urgent public importance. రాజ్యసభలో ఇంకో రూల్ ఉంది, అదే యూ టోల్డ్ నో, షార్ట్ డిస్కషన్. లోక్సభ రూల్ 198, no confidence motion. Rule 277 in Lok Sabha, those who wish to bring to the notice of speaker any matter which is okay not a point of order. అయిపోయింది ఆ టైం ఉందా స్పేస్? రూల్ 377 లోక్సభ. మణిపూర్లో ఇవన్నీ న్యూస్లో వచ్చినాయండి. మణిపూర్ మ్యాటర్ని డిస్కస్ చేద్దామని రూల్ 167 దే ట్రై టు ప్రపోజ్, బట్ నన్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ ఇస్ యాక్సెప్టెడ్ బై దిస్ మ్యాన్ జగదీప్ ధాన్కర్. We sometimes forget the loyalty of these guys is to any political party or the Constitution of India. Sorry, don't want to make any political statements in the class now. Not interested as of now. So rule 127, 127, 176. Okay. Generally they won't allow these kind of things, guys, because if really speakers and presiding officers were neutral, we could have expected these to be followed. I don't even remember how many years it has been since they allowed this 267. They won't allow. Very rare. And short discussion is 176. Last time we have seen in farm bills which are passed, they asked for voice vote. But speaker was Harivansh, he was not following, deputy chairman was not following. All members went to the veil of the house and tore the copies and throw like this. If the house is not following the rules, any person can raise point of order. Last year raise చేశారు కానీ ఒప్పుకోవట్లేదు. ఐస్ అండ్ నోస్ అంటే ఆ ఐస్ ఎలా వస్తున్నాయో అర్థం కావట్లేదు. కొడితే ఆ అంటున్నారా లేకపోతే నిజంగానే ఆ అంటున్నారో తెలియదు. కాబట్టి the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Arey, no sir, we seek division vote. Division vote means generally we have 3 types of division vote in India. First one is ayes. Everybody on their chair will sit and say aye. So automatically voice recorder is there and it will display the number of ayes for each seat, how many are there. So voice recording, aye, that is one thing. Every individual person's voice is recorded. Or second time what they can do, slips. I will write aye in the slip and give it to the officers, guys, and they will go and give it to the Secretary General. That is slips. Slip contest. The last law, how many ayes, how many noes. Third thing is what? Lobbies. All those who in favor of ayes go to that lobby. All those in favor of no go to that lobby and then physically counting. Go. And APPSC count చేస్తారు. Again, I do tried this when this farm bills and Jammu Kashmir ka thing was being passed. Reorganization Act was passed. So there he told all members. First was like, the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Point of order. Sir, we want division vote and chepte. Okay, and immediately he will say, all members go to the lobbies and chepparu. Members told not lobbies. Likhte bhai ante. Then they wrote slips and in the slips they finally counted at the end, guys. That is called division vote. What if the house is not following these procedures? Any member can raise a point of order if the house is not running as per the rules. Everybody has a rule book also. Okay. అందుకే రూల్ బుక్ ఎందుకు రా అని చెప్పేసి పడేశారు మొహానికి. ఓకే, ఇలా చింపేసి మరి పడేశారు. వన్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్, గైస్, రాజ్యసభ అండ్ సస్పెన్షన్ ఆఫ్ ఎంపీసీస్ ఇన్ న్యూస్. లోక్సభలో అండ్ రాజ్యసభలో బోత్ హౌసెస్ హ్యావ్ ద పవర్ టు సస్పెండ్ ఎనీ unruly MPs. Lok Sabha later got the powers to the speaker. That speaker can directly suspend any MP. Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha can suspend any MP by passing a simple motion. But Lok Sabha speaker has the powers to directly order the suspension of any MP, guys. Okay, that is also an important point. That means what is the learning here? Rajya Sabha chairman does not have the powers to suspend the MPs. It is only the house which will do it. One interesting thing what happened last year was when 143 plus MP suspended last time. Generally, guys, suspension is valid for the remaining a few days or the remainder of the session. Protocol entante last 1-2 days before the house is prorogued, the house will pass a formal motion to revoke the suspension. Last time they have not done it, but it doesn't matter. They have not done on the last date of the monsoon session, winter session, that we are going to revoke suspension. So automatically this year in budget session, all those suspended MPs have come. That is by default. Suspension is not equal to expulsion. Suspension only suspends for a few days or the remainder of the session, whereas expulsion terminates a person's membership for the remaining of the term. Example, Mahua Moitra. That is a expulsion, guys. Expulsion kuda ela ayindi akkada committee, ethics committee report ichin tarvata aa report ni em chestaru vallu, house will discuss, the speaker or chairman will present for discussion the report, and then what happens, that report is okay, then after discussion it is formally put to vote. Then the house will vote whether to remove the member or not. So the house has voted for the expulsion of Mahua Moitra, which means directly ethics committee will not be removing, guys. Ethics committee will only give the report to the concerned officer, or the chairman or the speaker. Okay, depending on the member, guys. Then the presiding officer will put the report for circulation among the members, and then a formal discussion shall happen on that. Then the motion is put to vote. This is the protocol, guys. Okay, fine. అందరి మొహాలు అర్థమవుతున్నాయి నాకు. ఒక్క ఫ్యూ మినిట్సే అండి. మళ్ళీ ప్రెసిడెంట్స్ రూల్ న్యూస్లో ఉంది. సో ఐ విల్ స్కిప్ దట్ ప్రెసిడెంట్స్ రూల్ బికాస్ ఆల్రెడీ యూ మస్ట్ బి నోయింగ్ అబౌట్ ప్రెసిడెంట్స్ రూల్. యా, అంటే ఓన్లీ అప్లికబుల్ అయ్యి అంటే లేదండి. ఎందుకంటే బేసికల్లీ వీ హ్యావ్ గివెన్ ప్రివిలేజెస్ మోర్ టు లోక్సభ. ద రూల్ నంబర్ విల్ చేంజ్ ఇన్ రాజ్యసభ. రూల్ బుక్ ఇస్ దేర్ నో. Let's say I would not call suspension of business notice in Lok Sabha. I would rather call it as adjournment motion. But in Rajya Sabha, very important point, I am not saying adjournment motion is there in Rajya Sabha in the name of 267. But 267 kind of looks like adjournment motion, but it is like you're trying to suspend the business of the day, and after that it's up to the speaker whether to allow discussion on some matter or not. సో ఎక్స్క్లూజివ్గా రాజ్యసభలో అంటే అలాంటి మోషన్స్ లేవు. వన్ పవర్ దే హ్యావ్ ఈజ్ ఇఫ్ లోక్సభ ఈజ్ నాట్ దేర్ దే కెన్ అప్రూవ్ ఎమర్జెన్సీ. దట్ ఈస్ వన్ పవర్ దే హ్యావ్, అంతే కదా. ఇఫ్ లోక్సభ సుపీరియర్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ డన్ కదా. నో, ఇట్స్ నాట్ దేర్. అండ్ గైస్, సెన్సర్ మోషన్ పాస్ చేస్తే ఏమన్నా రిజైన్ చేయాలా? నో గైస్, అంటే నో కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ మోషన్ పాస్ అయితే రిజైన్ చేయాలి. యూ హ్యావ్ టు సీక్ ద ఓట్ ఆఫ్ కాన్ఫిడెన్స్. సెన్షర్ మోషన్లో ఏంటంటే, బికాస్ సెన్షర్ మోషన్ బై డిఫాల్ట్ విల్ నాట్ రిమూవ్ ద గవర్నమెంట్. డిఫీట్ ఆఫ్ సెన్షర్ మోషన్ మీన్స్ it amounts to lack of confidence in the government. The government is expected to seek a vote of confidence. Censure motion can be passed against individual, group, or all also guys, please. Three things: against one minister, group of ministers, or all ministers also. And reasons should be compulsorily be given for adoption of censure motion. No reason is given for the no confidence motion. Okay, very important. Censure motion only censures, scolds. Riti Rani, 400 ka cylinder hai, 1200 ka cylinder ho gaya. She told Shakkar, Chini will be sold only for 13 rupees it seems. Everybody is now in the Amethi, they are saying that 13 rupee kahan hai? 13 rupees she told she will give sugar, guys. You know how much it is, okay? Fine, that is all. So government want to scold like what you are doing as a minister and all that. So that is censure motion here, guys, okay? It does not amount to removal of the minister. Government is expected to seek a vote of confidence. How many times in India a government has fallen because of confidence motion? Means 3 times. Okay, but already you must be knowing, guys. Who are those members? 1 minute only I have. First one is Devegowda when Congress withdraws support from United Front government. Then first is VP Singh when BJP withdraws support in 1991. Inka next Devegowda, then Vajpayee by 1 vote. He will lose when Jayalalitha Anna DMK party withdraws support. 3 confidence motions which resulted in the falling of the government, guys. Abba chala unna inka facts discuss cheyalsinavi. No, cut motions are passed only by the Lok Sabha, and Rajya Sabha has no powers when it comes to money bills. It can only recommend changes. Cut motions are never passed. If they pass, the government will fall because they require simple majority. Okay, na? Ardhamainda mana class? I have so many new things to tell, guys, but today because of CDS paper, some half an hour, 1 hour we have lost and Japan kani we have discussed. But tomorrow, without any stop, I have to discuss some more things in news. CBF, Central Censor Board is in news. CBFC, what is the type of body? I have to discuss ED, PMLA tomorrow, EC Act, and what else is in news? Yeah, ఇంకా చాలా ఉన్నాయండి న్యూస్లో. I will discuss all those points in tomorrow's class.